I'll wait. I'll wait for everybody to show up. Hopefully, y'all do show up. Let me get out of this sun. It's too bright over there. Get over here where you can see me a little better. Yeah, much better lighting. Much better lighting. Now I don't have anywhere to sit my stuff, but oh well. Oh well, oh well, oh well. Y'all let me know when you're in the chat. Let me know when you're in the chat. Let me know where you're tuned in from. Sit here for a couple minutes. Sit here for a couple minutes and talk to myself until everybody joins in. I probably went live at the wrong time of the day. It's probably too early. What is it, like 1 o'clock, 1:30? I probably should have waited till 5 o'clock. I probably should have waited till 5 to go live. I know people are probably working right now, but hopefully y'all can watch this after you get off work tonight. Okay, I got some people in here now. Let me know where you're tuned in from. Let me know where you're tuned in from and how you feel about Charlie Kirk, whether it's good, whether it's bad. I'll start it off since I got a couple people in here. I'll start it off by saying, quite simply, no. Hell no, I didn't agree with everything the man said. Hell no, I didn't. As a regular human being and as a black man, I listened to it. I listened to him from two different perspectives. I listened to him as a black man, and I listened to him as just an American. Just an American. I took myself out of being a black man to listen to him because I was one of those people who did not like his perspectives, his thoughts. I didn't like his answers at all because I was one of those who was listening to his snippets, his 20-second snippets. I was one of those people. So a good buddy of mine got in my inbox and said simply, hey, man, I understand. I understand how it looks and sounds, but you need to go and you need to listen to you need to listen to the whole video. You need to listen to the whole interview, the whole debate to see the context in which he was speaking. And since then, I agree with a lot he says. Do I agree with all of it? Hell no. Never. Okay. Saying I think that's misconstrued when I get on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, or YouTube, or TikTok, and I say, I am Charlie Kirk. When I say I am Charlie Kirk, when this guy says I am Charlie Kirk, I'm simply saying that I'm very opinionated. I'm very opinionated too. So I don't want to be taken off the earth and buried 6 feet deep because I have an opinion or I have a perspective on something. Okay, and I have to touch on that. In saying that, I must say also, I must add to that I'm getting attacked on social media because okay, they're saying I'm playing with hypocrisy when I say if you don't have love or compassion for your fellow man when you speak on them, you should be exiled. Okay, let me rephrase. There's a difference in sitting around and saying, I don't agree with that sorry son of a mother, you know what I mean? There's a difference in saying that and defecating and urinating on somebody's grave. There's a difference there. And that's where the miscommunication is coming from. Danielle Villeda is the only one who's spoken to me so far. Hello, Daniel. Where you tuned in from, Daniel? Hit that love or like button or the anger button. If you don't like what I said, hit that hate button, hit that like button. I have a Dot Sermons tuned in. Hello, Dot. Hello, Dot. Add as put user, hide user. Okay, I don't want to do that to you guys. Y'all are being nice. Y'all share the video for me all over the world. All over the world. Share that for me. Share that for me. Share this for me and hit that like or love button. Please subscribe to Real Talk 100 Radio LLC on all social media platforms to get more out of my brain and out of my heart. I speak from my brain and my heart. I speak from a person who's very outspoken and who is very opinionated. I have my own opinions, my own thoughts. So all of you people who are out there saying, oh, he's just a bootlicker or a tap dancer or a white man sympathizer. No, I have my own thoughts. I have my own heart to think with and feel with. Okay. So all that tap dancing, trying to impress people, it ain't in me. It ain't in me. It never has. I mean, I don't care if it was my parents. I don't care if it was my kids. I don't care if it was my coaches, my teachers. Of course, I kind of bent a little bit to my coaches because I wanted to be on the field. You know what I mean? But there is no field to get on when I tap dance in front of, for the white folks and all that my fellow blacks keep telling me. You're just tap dancing to please the white folks. No, I could see if I had a place on the playing field and maybe I was just saying all the right things to get on the field, like back in football, back on the track, back on the baseball field. I could see that. But I have nothing to gain from tap dancing, y'all. Nothing. Nothing. Nothing at all. So Raymond Sefu says for the Bible thumpers, the pale man was giving their land in the Bible. Go back to your land. For the Bible thumpers, the pale man was given their land in Bible. Go back to your land. I don't know what that has to do with this video, sir. I really don't. I really don't. I really don't know what that has. Roughneck says it's not right for you or Kirk to be it's not right for you or Kirk to be dehumanized on trying to make the people less roughly on each other and the system. You misspelled something. I don't know what you're saying, but it's not right for you or Kirk to be dehumanized on trying to make the people less roughly on each other and the system. Right. I think I know what you're saying. It's not right at all. It's not right at all for nobody to be dehumanized because they're trying to make the system better. They're trying to make society better. There's no reason for that. Furthermore, there's no reason to desecrate somebody's death. There's no reason to defecate. I'm trying to censor myself. I don't want to be kicked off of social media, but y'all know what I want to say when I say defecate. There's no reason to defecate or urinate on anyone's grave because you disagree with them. There's no reason to celebrate. I wish I was more skilled on this YouTube thing, and I would add this clip. There's a clip I want to add. I'm just not experienced enough. To add it. Flip, hide, live, video, retouch, green screen, create highlight. Okay, create highlight is probably what I want to do. I want to add this clip so y'all will understand where I come from, especially my Facebook friends, especially y'all, because I get misunderstood all the time. I get misinterpreted all the time. When I say, people are wrong. Yes, freedom of speech is legal. I get it, y'all. I get it. Yes, it's legal, but it's not legal in my opinion. It shouldn't be. Let me rephrase. It should not be legal to defecate, which is, comes out of your backside. If some of y'all don't know what defecate means that you're releasing yourself or relieving yourself from your backside back there. The thing you white back there, you're relieving yourself of some excrement, okay, out of your backside. And it's not right to urinate or defecate on someone's grave. It shouldn't be allowed. It shouldn't be allowed at all, because that's not showing love or compassion for your fellow man. Now, it's one thing, freedom of speech. When they say freedom of speech, they don't mean, I don't think, y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but they're not saying you can't say, I don't like him, he says some bullshit. That's fine. That's fine. But to jump up and down with your pom-poms on saying, yay, your boy is dead. Your boy is dead. Your boy died. Your boy is 6 feet under. That shit is wrong. Wrong as hell, man. So let me show y'all this girl. If I can show you, if I can do this correctly, add 49-second short was uploaded. I don't know how to do this crap, man. Damn. I'm probably not gonna be able to do it. But anyway, the girl, the girl, let me see if I can add the green screen and then add a video, possibly. Possibly add a video, hide the live, no flip, no create highlight, top, trying to make the people, uh, I guess I have to be on the computer possibly. I don't know how to add I don't know how to add a video, y'all. I don't know how to add a video. Thank y'all for tuning in. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on Charlie Kirk. That's what we're talking about today. Let me get this green screen off of here because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I got pictures. I got pictures and no video snippets. They're not allowing me to upload a video snippet, only pictures. So, okay, I'll add a picture then. We're talking about this girl right here, right now. This girl here, I can't upload the video. I can't upload the video where she was going off. Y'all hear me? Y'all see her? I forgot her name, Giselle something. I think Giselle is her middle name. This girl was going off on a campus, on a college campus. A student was standing out front, and the student was simply had a sign that said R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. That's all the sign said. I'm not sure of what he was saying, while he was holding the sign. But this girl here, just like a bunch of other people around the country, this girl was jumping up and down, jumping up and down, jumping up and down. All she needed was a pair of pom poms, jumping up and down, saying something to the nature of, your boy's dead. Your boy's 6 feet under. Y'all suck. And celebrating this man's death. To me, I might not know what the hell I'm talking about, but that is not freedom of speech. That is desecrating and urinating on someone's grave. If you don't know what desecrating means, I'll say it. I'll tell you once again. Desecrating means that you are, excuse me, you okay, I'm sorry, y'all. I was just speaking to somebody. That is not freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is just saying simply, hey, y'all, I don't agree with Charlie Kirk. I don't agree with anything he said. I agreed with some of he said. I think he's a piece of shit. I don't like him. That's fine to say somebody's a piece of shit. Y'all please share the video for me. Share to your friends and your family, and hit that like or love button. Hit that like or love button down at the bottom. Hit that like or love button. And hey, if you're angry with me, hit that angry button. I'm good with it. And subscribe. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Whether you like me or not is not the point. Let me get to the comments right quick though, trying to make it less. Okay, Renee Masso, KK right behind you. KKK right behind you. KKK ain't right behind me. Hey, bullshit. KKK ain't right behind me. I can show you better than I can tell you. KKK is not right behind me. Ramon Sefu, tell me when I said something that's inaccurate. Roughneck says flow. Gene Parmesan, blades and shades, brother. Champ shit only, Gene Parmesan. Young said, did you make it through elementary? I sure did. I made it through about 70 college credit hours. I made it way past elementary. What? Let me get her off the screen while I'm answering y'all. Let me get her off the screen right quick. Get her off the screen. Boom. Back to normal right quick. Did you graduate elementary? Yep, I got about 70 college credit hours of college credit hours. And left wing, Ramon Sefu, left wing, right wing, don't follow the Bible at all. I don't think they do too. The left wing, I don't care if you're an advocate of the left wing or the right wing. Something y'all need to realize is they're both in bed together. Let that sink in. Let that sink in for a minute, because I know that hurts some of y'all's feelings. But I don't care what bill they pass. Both of them benefit. The left wing and the right wing. Say a right wing bill passes. You can bet your ass that the left wing still benefits, and vice versa. The left wing passes a bill. The right wing still benefits. It don't matter. They're all in bed together. Y'all gotta let that shit sink in. I don't think they follow the Bible either. Ramon Sefu, vengeance is the Lord, not the left wing or right wing. True enough, Raymond Sefu. I'm not really that deep into the Bible, but I can agree with that. I can agree with that. There's no Bible on the left wing or the right wing. They don't follow the Bible. No, sir. I agree with you. Daniel Hunter, USA. Man, you got four eyes. Yeah. It is a long story. I tell this story every time I go live, man. I was a bad kid. Long story short, I was a bad kid. Ended up getting shot with a sawed-off shotgun. Because I always thought I was fairly good-looking dude, I started wearing shades. I had some prescription transition lenses, and I broke them. I broke the transition lens. I set them in my car seat, sat down on them, broke them. So at the time, I co-owned a business, a daiquiri shop in the Greenspoint area. Some of you might remember that if you're on Facebook, not on YouTube. But anyway, while I was in business in the Greenspoint area, I started wearing the two shades, and some U of H football players used to come and eat and drink with us. Well, while they were eating and drink with us, they started calling me OG Two Shades instead of Two Chains. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, that's how. So after they started calling me that, I said, you know what, I'm gonna rock with it. I'm gonna rock with the name. So at this point, I can't go anywhere in my industry, which is entertainment and radio. I can't do anything, entertainment, radio, and media. I can't go to any event without people looking at me like, damn, where are your glasses at, man? Oh, I didn't even realize that was you. You know what I mean? So it's me now. It's me now. This is my mask. So I hope I don't have to explain that anymore. In this video, I explain it almost every time I go live. Moto Toad says Snickers. I guess Moto Toad is laughing at me. Raymond Sefu, Charlie Kirk's answer to slavery is everybody went through slavery. Oh, yeah, he said that. He said that. And here's my point to that, Raymond Sefu. Here's my point to that. Y'all hit that like or love button while I'm talking to Ramon. My thing with that is every time black people bring up slavery, everybody wants to bring up Gaza, what's going on in Gaza, what's going on in Africa, what happened with the Jews and the Germans and all that. But they don't want to discuss what happened right here in our country. They don't want to discuss that. They don't want to discuss that. They want to discuss everywhere else. So my thing with that is, man, is why is there so much concern for everybody else, but you're not concerned about people with skin color like mine? Why? That is my problem with that conversation. I don't get it. We're fellow Americans. You should care about me and people who look like me more than you care about people in Gaza or Africa or Germany or Turkey or wherever the hell they are. You were concerned about the Native Americans. You made sure that you said, I'm sorry, and y'all resolved that issue because that was an atrocity. You then made sure the Jewish community was taken care of. I don't think America actually gave them reparations, but y'all made sure that you made sure that they got what was owed to them. You had some kind of agreement with Germany. I forgot how all that went down. But anyway, you're concerned with the Jewish community. You're concerned with the Native Americans. You're concerned with the Asian American community that helped build America. But when it comes to black folks, you say, up yours. I don't want to get censored. I don't want to get tagged for doing something wrong. But you're saying FUCK, black folks, when it comes to your reparations. That tells that tells the black community that we're not worth it. That's what it tells us. And that's a slap in the face. So anyway, I don't want to stay all day on that. This is about Charlie Kirk, y'all. Let me know in the comments if you agree or disagree. I will get to the comments as quickly as possible. But in the meantime, I need y'all to hit that love or like button about 100 times. Stop calling me, y'all. They're calling me. Hit that like or love button as many times as you want. I'm good with super chats and super thanks and super friendlies and super whatevers. I'm good with all that. If you're loving what I'm talking about, follow Real Talk 100 Radio LLC on all social media platforms as well, and hit that like or love button. I don't care if you're mad at me. Hit that orange face down there too. That face that's the color of my hat bill. Hit that too if you're mad at what I'm talking about. Moto told all races did. All races went through slavery. That's good, but why are we not talking about the atrocities that happened in America? That's my problem with that Raymond Sefu, and I'll leave that alone until I get back to it. Raymond Sefu also says, like I said, only one group of people came out of slavery being called by words, colored, black, African American, Afro American, African American. Only one group of people came out of slavery being called this, that, and other. Yes, sir, I agree with you. And that's not right. That's not right. And on that point, that's a very valid point that I talk about all the time. Why is it that blacks are called African Americans? African Americans. But Caucasians aren't called on I can't talk today, y'all. Sorry. Black folks are called African Americans, but white folks aren't never called Caucasian, Swedish Americans, or Ukrainian Americans, or Russian Americans, or Australian Americans, or anything of that nature. So why are we labeled African Americans? I've never been there. I mean, I know it's my heritage and my lineage and all that. My ancestors were from there. I get it, y'all. But I am an American. I'm an American. I'm an American. I'm not African. I'm an American. I'm a black American. That should be it. We shouldn't have to go and fill out a job application and fill out those boxes. Are you Caucasian or white? Are you black or African American? Are you other? Are you Hispanic? We shouldn't have to do that shit, in my opinion. In my opinion, we shouldn't have to fill out any boxes. Do you want a job or don't you? Is all we should have to fill out. Preach it, brother. Relick 187. I'm preaching, man. I'm trying to reach as many as I can. Relick. I hope I'm not murdering. I hope I'm not smurdering your name, man. Relick 187. I'm preaching it, man. Slim Fat Boy Cubby. Still free speech. It's not free speech to defecate on somebody's grave, man. It's not free speech to urinate on somebody's grave, man. They need to take you to jail, man. They need to put you under the jail if you're ever caught. And I know nobody physically went out there and unzipped their pants and urinated on the man. I know nobody actually, well, we haven't seen it at least, and I know nobody actually pulled down their pants and defecated on the man. If you don't know what defecated means, that means when you sit down on the toilet and you relieve yourself, and then you have to wipe your backside. Yet that's defecation, defecating on somebody's grave. So that defecating and urinating on somebody's grave should not be the equivalent of freedom of speech. It's different. Freedom of speech is just simply saying, hey, man, I didn't like Charlie Kirk. He was an asshole. I didn't like him for the things that he said. That's freedom of speech. You can say that all day. But you can't verbally or physically urinate or defecate on somebody's grave. You feel what I'm saying? I hope I'm making sense. It's still not, that's not freedom of speech. Slim Fat Boy Cubby. Raymond Sefu. Esau was gifted with the sword and mighty hunter. That's what they that's what they do. Don't be surprised. Esau was gifted with a sword and a mighty hunter. That's what they do. Don't be surprised. You too deep for me, man. Y'all hit that like a love button and share the video for me, y'all. I want as many perspectives on this conversation as possible. This video is really about people like this lady, right here that were celebrating the death of Mr. Charlie Kirk. This lady right here celebrated, and don't tell me she didn't celebrate. She was jumping up and down. Ah, your boy's dead. Your boy's dead. Ah, he was a piece of shit. He should have died. I'm glad he died. Ah, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. That's not freedom of speech. This lady too, y'all. This lady too had a problem with Charlie Kirk. Look at her. Look at her. Poor bless her soul. Poor baby. Oh, snot bubbles coming out of nose. Oh, oh, she was upset. You know people upset when that snot come out their nose, huh? She was upset, highly upset, y'all. But I'm talking about people like this that celebrate. There's a difference in celebrating, and there's a difference in celebrating, and there's a difference in celebrating and freedom of speech. Those are two entirely different things. If this same lady right here, or this lady right here, either one of them, if they just would have simply said, I don't like, I see you over there, sir, with your Charlie Kirk sign. Fuck Charlie Kirk, man. I don't like that son of a bitch. Fuck him. I get it. I get it. I'll say it. I'll say it myself. I'll say it myself. If I don't like somebody, man, fuck that dude. I hope I can say that. Social media, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. I hope I can say. I'm not sure what I can say because some platforms let you curse, some others don't. So I don't know what I can say. But anyway, I will say it. And I think other people should be able to say, hey, I don't like that dude. I don't like that girl, that woman. I don't like their style, however they want to verbalize it. I think they can do that. But all that grabbing pom poms and cheerleading like you're just loving this shit. No, man. This dude, as far as I'm concerned, oh, that's JD Vance. JD Vance said today, if y'all don't know already, JD Vance said earlier today or last night, I forgot. JD Vance said, the vice president said, if you, let me see if I can get it on the screen. He said, if somebody, can y'all read that? No, y'all can't read that. No, y'all can't read that. But he said, if you see somebody celebrating the death of somebody, you should call their employer. That's what the vice president of the United States said. I think it was earlier today or last night. I forgot when I posted it. But yeah, report them because they don't need to go to school. They don't need a job. They don't need any of that shit if they're celebrating the death of a fellow American. That's like saying your army soldiers, your armed forces, whether they're in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines, and you're celebrating their death. It's the same thing. We're all fellow Americans. Y'all got to understand that. Y'all hit that like or love button for me, man. I love that y'all are here with me. Let me get back to the comments. I don't want to ignore anybody. I see a lot of comments down here. Let me get back to the comments. Hit that like or love button, everybody. Everybody, hit that like or love button. And if you don't like me, I'm good with that. Hit that little orange man at the other side of the screen, all the way over there to the left or the right. I forgot what side he's on. But hit that little orange man if you're mad at what I'm talking about. I'm good with that too. Share the video and subscribe to Real Talk 100 Radio LLC on all social media platforms. This video is about your feelings on people celebrating fellow Americans. And see if it was a Russian, yeah, or over here and tried to and blew up the center, blew up the Twin Towers. I mean, and tried to blow up the Pentagon. And I can see if you say our soldiers killed y'all, they're not Americans. My videos are all about loving your fellow man in America. I could care less, really, when I talk, unless I talk on subject. If I'm usually talking, it's usually about what's going on in our country, in America. So let me get to the comments. Roughneck says, that is worse than wrong. It's lost sanity. It means for danger, violent opinion, and hidden gang work. Just because he didn't agree with LGBTQ didn't mean he wanted them to go to Hades or hell. I don't think I ever heard him say he wanted the LGBT community to go to hell either. I think he was just saying, hey, I'm all about man and woman being married and are joined at the hip. Let me get him off the screen. Green screen is gone. Yeah, I think he was just simply saying, hey, I'm all about the marriage between a man and a woman. What you do is what you do, but I think he said at one point that's not in the Bible. So I agree with you on that. Opinion. Let me read that one more time to make sure I understood. Roughneck. That is worse than wrong. Means for danger, violent opinion, and hidden gang work. Just because he didn't agree with the LGBTQ community didn't mean he wanted them to go to hell. I don't think so either. I don't think that what that meant. I don't think that's what that meant at all. Cecilia Walker says, "Who are you and anyone else for that to say anything or have any opinion on how some act or what they about anything, including death? Who am I? You know what? You know what? I get asked that question a lot. I'm really nobody. I'm really nobody trying to be somebody. To answer your question, ma'am. But to answer your question, I mean, I'm really nobody. But we all have opinions, right? What do they say? We all have opinions like we have assholes, right? So I'm giving mine. I don't know how else to answer that. I'm just giving my opinion on how I feel about people defecating and urinating on people's graves, especially fellow Americans. Like I said, I can see if it was a Russian or one of the Middle Eastern guys over here trying to blow up America. I can see you defecating and peeing on their grave, defecating and urinating on their graves, but not a fellow American that was simply discussing his thoughts, his opinions, his perspectives on society and its state. No, he shouldn't have passed away, first of all. And second of all, not one American should have been defecating or urinating on his grave. No, no. I hope I answered your question, Miss Cecilia. Cecilia Walker also says, "Who are you?" Oh, I already read that one. Okay. The next comment, Binyam. Binyam says, "Too many eyeglasses. I'm sorry, my eyeglasses. I'm sorry, my eyeglasses upset y'all. But I've told this story several times. I've told the story of why I wear all the glasses many times. Long story short, I got shot when I was a kid, when I was 19, and I wear the shades and the glasses. I wear the glasses now because I'm old and I can't see anymore, and I wear the shades because I have eye problems. It's a long story. Maybe I'll tell y'all the whole story again, but I've already told it twice on this video. So maybe watch the video over again and get that answer. Too many eyeglasses. Had Lamb Chop Lady J. Hey, love. Hey, Lady J. It's been a long time, ain't it? I'm trying to get back in the groove. I'm trying to get back into the groove. Share the video for me, Lady J. I know you will. Show love. Good to see you. How are you feeling? I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing pretty good. For those of you who are on here that don't know, I've had two hip surgeries this year. One on the right hip, one on the left hip, and I'm rehabbing. I'm having therapy and rehabbing at home. So that's how I got all this time on my hands. I probably would still have all the time on my hands if I was in the office, but anyway, I like getting outside and getting my sweat on. Anyway, Lady J, I'm doing good. Doing good, getting strong every day. Both hips are done. I'm just in therapy right now and rehabbing, trying to get back my strength. Binyam Alamyehu, I hope I didn't smurder your name, but whose bed is it? Whose bed is it? Whose bed is it? It's their bed. They can sleep where they want to, I guess. Kara Lucy wanted to spread some positive. I wanted to spread some positivity. Hope your day is as wonderful as you are. Remember, you matter. Stay amazing. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm going to stay as amazing as I humanly possibly can. I try to be amazing every day. I don't know. I don't know how I chose my stances, but it's in me, I guess. It's in me. It's in me, and I just decided to share it to the world. I mean, I'm very loud. I'm very proud. I'm very opinionated, and I like people to know exactly where I stand on. It don't matter what the subject is. So thank you so much for that, Kara Lucy. Let me read that again. That was so positive. I like that. Y'all share the video for me. Share, and hit that like or love button. Keep hitting that like or love button, and I'm loving the love so far. Kara Lucy says, I wanted to spread some positivity. Hope your day, hope your day is as wonderful as you are. Remember, you matter. That goes to my listening audience too. That goes to y'all too. All of you matter. All of you matter. I don't care if you're black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Middle Eastern, all of you matter. People always argue about that. Black lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter. All lives matter. Black lives matter. All lives matter. The only thing blacks are saying is that y'all need to black lives need to matter a lot more. And my argument with that is, black folks, sometimes our lives don't even matter to ourselves. That's my problem with that. And that's the problem a lot of other races are seeing. You want us to care about you. You want us to think that your lives matter when y'all are taking your own lives every single day and every single night. Y'all are taking your own lives, but you want us to love and you want us to have put value into your lives. That's my only problem with that. I get it. Everybody's lives matter. Everybody. All lives, black lives, white lives, black lives, all lives, red lives, yellow lives. It don't matter. All of our lives matter. But as a race, and generally speaking, if your race matters, you need to act like it. You need to effing act like it so that other races looking at your race can say, okay, they value themselves. And I'm done with that. Thank you so much for that, Kara Lucy, for pitching in. She said, hashtag heart slap, hashtag heart sending love and positivity. Thank you, Kara Lucy. Kevin Vastola, holy shit. Is this one out there? Holy shit, is this one out there? Holy shit, is this one out there? I'm not sure what you're talking about, man. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Holy shit, is this one out there? Slim Fat Boy Cubby at the top left and right are indeed one entity. Yes, sir. Ramon Sefu. Yes, accurate left wing. Yes, accurate left wing. Yes, accurate left wing, right wing, part of the same dirty bird. Okay, okay. No punctuation, Sefu. You threw me off there for a minute. I said that earlier, y'all. If you're just now tuning in, I said this earlier that both the Conservative Party, both the Democrat and Republican parties are in bed together. So all that we need to vote Republican, we need to vote Democrat, yeah, and all that crap, all that arguing is for nothing because they're in bed together. When one succeeds, when one benefits, the other party benefits. Don't let them tell you that that's a lie. That's the truth. So Raymond Sefu is coming back behind me and saying, yes, that's accurate. Left wing, right wing. They're part of the same dirty bird. Exactly. Real Charlie Kirk is here. If my daughter was given a baby without consent, she would have to deliver the baby, in my opinion. If my daughter was given a baby without consent, she would have to deliver the baby, in my opinion. Real Charlie Kirk, I agree with you. I agree with you, and I agree with Charlie. There's no other way to look at it. That's murder. That's taking a life. That's denying a life to live on this earth with us. It's taking a life. Bottom line, y'all can debate it all you want, but real Charlie Kirk, I agree with you. If my daughter was, she's no longer a virgin, but if her sensitive spots were taken against her will and she got pregnant, I agree with you. We'd have to just love that baby because I couldn't. I'm an adopted child myself. I'm an adopted child myself. I wouldn't even be here talking to you if my parents decided to abort me. So I agree with you, real Charlie Kirk. My daughter would just have to have that child. I don't think my mother, okay, I'll get to that comment in a minute. I don't think my mother was raped. I don't think she was sexually assaulted. I hope I can say that social media. Uh, I don't think she was. I think it was consensual. But I'm just saying, if she was, I'm just glad she didn't abort me. So I agree with you. I agree with you, real Charlie Kirk. Let's get to Tom Zareen. GOV, fuck following them. LOL God. I'm not sure. Man, y'all gonna have to write y'all sentence. Y'all gonna have to form your sentences better. I can't understand this short talk. Gov FK following them. Go follow them. Okay, I'm sorry, Tom Zareen. I can't read that. Real Charlie Kirk said, hi, hey, Real Charlie Kirk, what's going on? Raymond Sefu, what's happening is biblical, sir. Okay, Lady Lamb Job. If you notice, I'm not going to spend too much time on the Bible. My dad was a Baptist minister. God bless him. God bless his soul. God bless our family. He passed away 3 years ago. He was a Baptist minister. All my life I was in and out of church, but I was never ever just really deep into the Bible. I was never. Yeah, he had me memorize it. You know, he had me memorize the books backwards and forwards, and but I was never into it like y'all. So saying that life right now is biblical to me is like speaking in Chinese. I'm like, I've heard we're in our last days since I was knee high to a duck's ass. You know what I mean? We're in our last days. We're in our last days. Oh my God! It's being foreshadowed right in front of our eyes. The world is about to end. I've been hearing that since I was knee high to a duck's ass. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't know. Lady Lamb Chop, Lady J said, hey, Lamb Chop, Lady J. Y'all share the video and hit that like or love button for me. I'm trying to catch up with the comments, but this video is all about how you feel about Charlie Kirk and how you feel about people celebrating his death. I absolutely hate that people are unzipping their pants and urinating on his grave. I absolutely hate that people are also unzipping their pants and defecating. I'm trying to censor myself. I want to say S-H-I-T. There's S-H-I-T-T-I-N-G on his grave. I absolutely hate it. And I don't think he deserved to pass away for simply trying to uplift the community and elevate minds. I don't think that was right at all. If you do, hit that mad button. If you think that was right, hit that mad button. If you don't think that was right, hit that love button for me and share the video. And let me get to the comments. Skippy, what's good, brother? All black Americans are welcome to join the conservative movement against the liberal movement. Thank you so much, Skippy. Let me get on that right quick, Skippy. I really don't get involved that deeply with politics either because of what I said earlier. Both parties are in bed together. I don't care how much you hate a libtard or how much you hate a conservative or how much you hate a liberal and all that. They're all in bed together. So what are y'all arguing about? It's ridiculous to me. It's ridiculous to me. So I decided I'm just gonna, I think at the age of like 37, I decided to just step back and I'm going to support my government as best I can. As best I can. Do I have to agree with them? Just like Charlie Kirk. I don't have to agree with everything Charlie Kirk says, but I'm not going to take his life. Same thing with the government. I might not agree with everything the government says, but I was brought up as a kid that I'm supposed to respect authority. Did I always respect authority? No. I got in a bunch of trouble. A bunch of trouble. I didn't always respect authority, but I do now. I do now. I'm 55 now, but 19 through 34 or so, I couldn't stand authority. So now at 55. Anyway, let me get to Skippy. Welcome. He says, Skippy says, what's good, brother? All black Americans are welcome to join the conservative movement against the liberal movement. If anybody's interested in that, y'all contact Skippy, y'all, in the comments. I try to stay out of the way. I think both parties are in bed, and that's ridiculous. Skippy, now, know y'all love God. Know y'all love God. Yes. Sylvester Crowley, Charlie Kirk was a twat. Sylvester Crowley says Charlie Kirk was a twat. Okay, well, he might have been a twat, but he didn't deserve to pass away, and no one has the right to defecate or urinate on his grave. That's all I got to say. If that's all you got to say, Matty Ice says, I guess they should absolutely care about you, but we no longer have slavery in this country. You're right, Matty Ice. You're right. Matty Ice says, let me repeat it again. I guess they should absolutely care about you, but we no longer have slavery in this country. Thank you, Matty Ice. Matty Ice is probably replying to something I said earlier. I said the problem, the problem blacks have with this slavery topic and no reparations topic is that people are always concerned about what's going on over there in Gaza, what's going on over there in Africa, what's going over there in Turkey, what's going over there in Istanbul, and what's going over there in Russia. But they don't give a damn about what's going on with their fellow Americans that are the same color as me. And that is ridiculous. That is what Matty Ice is talking about. I guess they should absolutely care about you, but we no longer have slavery in this country. No, sir. We really do, though. We really do have slavery. You know why? That's why we have all these CEOs making $80 billion a year, because they're paying us slave wages. Think about that, Matty Ice. Think about that. We're all still slaves. But I get where you're coming from. I just threw a curveball at you. I get where you're coming from, Matty Ice. You're saying there's no more people getting bull whipped to death and hung in trees, even though people are hanging people that I'm hearing in the news. But you know what I mean. It's not on a grand scale like it used to be, and nobody's putting people in the fields and whipping them if they don't do their job right and all that crap, and disenfranchising people and all that. I get that. We understand that as black people. We understand there's no more slavery. But the repercussions, the aftermath of slavery still exists, Matty Ice. That's what y'all don't understand. Don't you understand that the systems that we're putting in place, meaning the disenfranchisement of blacks, taking their rights to vote, taking their rights to go out to eat, taking their rights to own a business and operate a business, taking their rights to do all these things. Don't you understand the repercussions? Don't you understand that some of those mentalities still exist today? The generational curse still exists today because of the system, but nobody wants to talk about that. They only want to talk about how people think today. We get it. I do. I don't know if all blacks get it, but I get it. It's at some point somebody's supposed to say in that family, okay, y'all, we understand this is a generational curse, but we got to break this motherfucker and get on top at some point. But some people are stuck. I have a job that only pays me $8, $9, $10 an hour. I have 3 kids. I have a car payment. I have insurance. I have a house note. And when I get done, I have nothing to invest. I have nothing to elevate myself. Some people are stuck. And that is why we're saying reparations are needed. Not for everybody. Anyway, I don't want to spend all day on that. We know slavery doesn't still exist, but we also know that some of the problems that blacks have is because of generational curses that have been passed down since the beginning of all this. We already know. Hotspot. I'm tired of hearing about the bullshit altogether. He's out of there. Hotspot says he's tired of hearing about Charlie Kirk and all the bullshit altogether. He says he's out of there. True enough, Hotspot. But he has no business being unalived. He has no business being about to be buried or already buried 6 feet under. And then, secondly, the people that are celebrating his death has no business. They had no business celebrating his death and defecating and urinating on his grave. I'll leave that alone, Hotspot. Real Charlie Kirk. Ha 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 ha. Me? A twat? Oi, oi, baka, baka. They're laughing, I think. No, you're just a YouTube party. They're talking about the real Charlie Kirk. Stop playing. Stop playing. Yeah, stop playing. Stop playing. Lord help them. Lord help them says, why is Raja and Carmelo still not behind bars? Carmelo, Lord help them. Raja, Raja. I don't know who Raja is, but I'll tell you why Carmelo's not behind bars, in my opinion, before I get attacked. Carmelo's not behind bars right now because there's too much reasonable doubt. He's a first time offender. These are called mitigating factors, by the way. These are called mitigating factors, by the way. He's a first time offender. There's way too much reasonable doubt on both sides, the prosecution side and the defense's side. And hey, he's not a mass murderer, a smurderer. He's not a mass murderer at all. I mean, this is his first time offense. So, in my opinion, that's why. Reasonable doubt, and he's a first time offender. I hope that answered your question. What are my thoughts on Carmelo, by the way? I don't know who Raja is, but Carmelo, I think he's guilty. I think Carmelo is 100% guilty, but do I think he's 100% guilty of M1? No, I don't think he's guilty of M1. Not at all. I don't think the prosecution has the preponderance of evidence to prove beyond reasonable doubt that he's guilty of M1. I think they do have a preponderance of evidence to prove that he's guilty of M slaughter or N H side. I'm trying to censor myself to make sure I don't get banned on any of the social media apps, so y'all don't think I'm some kind of idiot sitting here trying to figure out how to say words. But N, neg, H side. That should get me over the hump and not get banned on social media. I think he's guilty of one of those. I think at some point they will give him a plea agreement and he will get lesser time. He'll get a lesser sentence for lesser time. That's my thoughts on Carmelo. Germany gave them reparations. Yes, Germany gave them reparations, but you refuse to give black people reparations. It makes no sense to all of us blacks. Why give the Jews reparations to become entertainment and media moguls, and then why give the Native Americans reparations and allow them to be and allow them, excuse me, allow them to open billion-dollar casinos all over the nation, but then you look at the blacks and you say we're not giving you shit. What kind of shit is that, man? What kind of shit is that? I mean, let's just be real. Atrocities were executed against all of them: Native Americans, Asian Americans, and the Jews. The Jews' atrocities weren't even executed over here. That happened in Germany, didn't it? But they still made sure, our government, our dear old government, still made sure that the Jews got paid, didn't they? But your fellow Americans that are still here living with you, we don't deserve it. Ain't that some shit? Anyway, let me move on. The Bay Harbor Butcher. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Mr. King. The Bay Harbor Butcher. I'm not sure. Mr. King, the Bay Harbor Butcher. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Let me know what you're talking about in the comments. Real Charlie Kirk says, "My my will will live. My will live." Yes. Douglas, Real Charlie Kirk is talking like he's still alive. Stop it, Charlie Kirk. Stop it. Stop it. You know, Charlie Kirk said, "My will live," like he's still alive. Y'all share the video for me, man. Share the video for me and hit that like or love button. Hit that like or love button 1,000,000 times for me. Hit that like or love button, even if you're mad at me. Hit that orange man down at the end, that mad son of a bitch down at the end. Hit him if you don't like what I'm talking about. Douglas Morris says, "You were never a slave. You don't deserve anything." Douglas Morris, I just covered that. I don't think all people, all blacks deserve reparations. I never said that. But I do think that an industry, the Native Americans were given an industry and the Jews were given an industry. Hell, even the Asians were given an industry. I mean, every town, every city you go to, you have a Chinatown, don't you? But our towns, our communities were burned down. We were disenfranchised. And that is what I'm trying to tell y'all. Some I'm sorry's need to be had. Some resolutions need to be had. Some resolve needs to be had, because we should have some Asian towns, some Chinatowns. I mean, we should have, but black people should have something that is equal to a Chinatown. Black people should have something that's equal to or greater than a casino, $1 billion a year casino. Black people should have something equal to or greater than being a music mogul or an entertainment mogul. The Jews are making all the movies. They own, I think they own even BET. They own all kinds of stuff. And it all started, don't get me wrong, Jewish people probably already had money, but then you gave them more money so they could take over the world. But black people don't get nothing. We don't get nothing. We don't deserve nothing. That's my problem with that. That's bullshit, in my opinion. Let me censor myself again. Let me get away from him. Janice G. Sylvester, you're the twat. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Who's Sylvester? My name ain't no motherfucking censor yourself, Malcolm. Censor yourself. Censor yourself, Malcolm. My name ain't Sylvester, Janice G. Lily Cozart. What's up, monkey? All I can say to that is it takes one to know one. If you see a monkey, you must be a monkey. And I'll leave that at that, Lily Cozart. Lord help them. Why is Raja and Carmelo still not behind bars? Already answered you. Too broke for crypto. Reparations for what? Nicka. I didn't say Nigga. I said Nicka. Nicka. Reparations for what? Nicka. Get a job. Look, man, don't nobody worry about that. Look, you cannot categorize every black man as a lazy son of a bitch that don't want to work. You can't do that. You sorry mother, son of a... I wish I could say what the hell I want to say on these damn things, but you already know they'll kick me off of here and tell me I'm violating community standards. Anyway, too broke for crypto. Getting a job is not the problem. Disenfranchise of the motherfucking race of people is the problem. Blind son of a bitch. Man, I hate when people run me hot on here, man. I be trying to be cool, calm, and collected, man. But that's wrong, man. That's wrong, man. It's wrong for y'all to say the Jews deserved reparations. We're going to fly y'all back to Germany, and we're going to make sure you get paid for these atrocities that were performed against you. It's wrong for you motherfuckers to say the Native Americans, they deserved it. You didn't tell them to get a motherfucking job. And I bet you one of them motherfuckers with crypto on your name, I bet you one of them motherfuckers that goes and gambles all your money away. But you look at a black man and tell him he's lazy and go get a job and he don't deserve nothing. That's the kind of shit run me hot. Anyway, let me get away from you before I lose my cool again and get kicked off YouTube and TikTok and Facebook and Instagram. Tasty T says R.I.P. Charlie. Tasty T. R.I.P. Charlie. R.I.P. to you, man. R.I.P. to Charlie, man. Bluegrass Survivor. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. That's right, y'all. Y'all light it up down there. Light it up down there and say hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Or hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. Y'all put it down there in the comments. Put it down there in the comments and hit that like a love button. Hit that like a love button. Uh-oh, my numbers went down a little bit. I guess y'all didn't like me going off on crypto. But I don't care. I don't care at this point, man. That runs me hot. I do agree with a lot of things Charlie Kirk said. I don't agree with some of the things he said. I don't agree with him being laughed at and celebrated after his death. But when you talk about black folks, I get a little aggravated. I apologize. My numbers dipped. Boy, I was up there a little bit. Now I'm down to 14. That's all right. Thank y'all for staying on. Y'all continue sharing the live. I will end this shortly if I can. Let me get back to the comments. I don't want to leave out anybody. Let me go to the bottom because I know I'm way behind in the comments. I'm going down to the bottom. No apologies needed. Hotspot says no apologies needed. Darn right it is, Malcolm. These people suck. Sick little bullies hiding behind keyboards. They would never ever say that bullshit to your face. God bless you, Malcolm. Thank you. Darn right it is. Hear no, fear no. I'm sorry, that's your name. Hear no, fear no. Thank you. Hear no, fear no. Say it again. Darn right it is, Malcolm. These people are sick people, sick little bullies hiding behind their keyboards. They would never, ever say that bullshit to your face. They damn sure wouldn't. And I ain't even got both my hips right now, and they wouldn't say that bullshit. Okay, Hotspot, no apologies needed. Thank you, Hotspot. Raymond Sefu, the small hats are not the people of the book. Thank you, Ramon Sefu. Black Mamba. Hashtag Fred Hampton. That's cool. I have nothing against Fred Hampton. Raymond Sefu. Ben Yu represents Esau very well. I'm not sure what you're talking about with that Esau. AR says R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. Y'all put it down in the comments, y'all. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk or hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk or hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. Hashtag R.I.P. Charlie Kirk in the comments. Hit that like a love button and share. I'm about to get off here as soon as I catch up with a few of these comments. Not peace though, motherfucker. Not peace though, MF. Ben, we don't owe you shit. Black Mamba, speak on it. Black Mama said speak on it. Young Mill ZSP, it's wrong to wear glasses over shades. Y'all are gonna have to rewind the video to get my explanation about the shades. I'm not saying that again. There's an explanation behind why I wear the shades. Always working 1776. Asians and Hispanics have passed black people because they don't sit around begging for money. They work. Always working for 1776. You don't think black people work? We work too. You can't talk about the subculture more than you talk about the people who actually get out and bust their ass, man. What the fuck is wrong with y'all, man? What is wrong with you people, man? categorizing a whole race of people because of a subculture. Don't you know that some of your if you're Caucasian, don't you know that some of your Caucasian people refuse to work too? Don't you know that some of your Caucasian people are on food stamps and housing and living in trailer homes that only cost $400 a month or $200 a month? And you want to tell me about a black person getting out and busting his ass and working? You're talking about the subculture. You sorry SOB? Y'all sorry the motherfucker, man. Always talking about the black folks, but don't want to talk about your own people with the same mentalities. This world is sick, man. Asians, but I will tell you that Asians and Hispanics do stick together. They stick together a whole lot better than blacks. That's the only thing I'm gonna agree with you on, though. But you're not gonna sit here and tell me that all black folks is lazy and don't want to work. You're talking about the subculture that only wants to smoke that green stuff and sit around playing video games all day and pew-pewing people and robbing people and all that. You talking about the subculture that don't want to work. You sorry SOB. You ain't talking about all of us. Get your ass off my live. That bullshit. Man, I'm trying to censor myself on this thing. I don't want to get kicked off YouTube. Let me chill. Let me get away from him. Tony. Oh no, he's letting the other side come out, laughing my ass off. He's funny, but I hear him too. I'm funny. Yeah, what you think? I only got one side? You only think I got one side, Tony? I mean, let's make sense of this. We all got one or two or three sides. Some of us got 8 sides, but I know I got 2 or 3 myself. I'm part city boy. I'm part country boy. I'm part businessman. So I can go into a boardroom. Don't get me wrong. I can't talk about everything, but I can talk about a lot in the boardroom. I can go to the hood and fit right in. I can come to the country and I got people calling me black neck instead of redneck. So I know how to fit in. I'm a comedian. You feel me? So yeah, I got a couple sides myself, man. I guess you just one person. You only know how to be one person, whatever you are. That's cool. That's cool too. Epic beard, my dude. TSGTUSAF. Thank you, man. Thank you. It's not even trimmed up. It's not even trimmed up. You see, it's uneven. But I try to keep it shaped up. I keep it calm on it. I keep it up moisturized as much as possible. Thank you. TSGTUSAF. Thank you, man. Epic beard, he says. Raymond Sefu, Charlie Kirk, why did you drop out of college and fail? Charlie Kirk is not here. Why are you asking him questions? Come on, man. Charlie Kirk's lineage is not from here. None of our lineage is from here. My lineage is from Africa. Some of y'all's lineage is from Sweden and Scotland and the Netherlands and Australia and Russia and Turkey and Istanbul and all over there in Europe and the Middle East somewhere. So what does that mean, Raymond Sefu? None of us are from here. Our lineage is not from here. Matt Short, do you like spaghetti in the morning or just brunch? I don't know where that came from, but I like spaghetti anytime. I'm telling you, I eat spaghetti for lunch, dinner. I'll eat spaghetti anytime. Jews got these ninjas doing Diddy contracts. True. That's what Jews are doing. Yep, that money will make people do things, man. Young Mill ZSP, glasses over the shades. Yes, sir. It's a long story. You'll have to rewind the video and watch the replay to get that explanation of why I wear 2 shades. I'm not saying it again. I was shot in the face a long time ago, and I'll leave it at that. If you want the full story, you'll have to watch the replay. Share the video for me. Share the video for me, and hit that like or love button as many times as you can for me. Hit that like or love button, share the video, and if you don't like me and you don't like what I'm saying, you're more than welcome to hit that mad button over there. That orange man down there, go down there and hit him. I'm good with that too. Y'all share the video, and I'm about to get off here. I'm gonna answer more questions. I'm gonna answer more comments. I don't want anybody to feel like I ignored them. We don't own anything because we don't have land. True enough. All we want to own is Jordans, Black Mamba. All we want to own is Jordans and PS5s. We want to own Mercedes Benzes before we own a home. We want to own a Mercedes Benz. We want a $100,000 necklace instead of land. That's why we don't own anything. I agree with you, Black Mamba. I agree with you, man. Hear no, fear no. It sure is bullshit. Agreed. We are one race and all deserve equal respect. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Hear no, fear no says it sure is bullshit. Agreed. We are one race and all deserve equal respect. I agree with that. We all deserve equal respect. You know, black people, we can't go around saying we want to be loved and respected, but we don't love and respect nobody in return. We can't ask for compassion when we don't have no compassion for no other race. It doesn't work like that. It don't work like that. You got to give a little to get a little, and vice versa. Israel Prime Minister, bloodline Polish and German. Raymond Sefu, I don't know what you own. J Dove says, yeah, Jews own BET and the music industry. Yep, J Dove, exactly. You got to give the blacks something. But all I hear is y'all don't deserve nothing. Come on, man. Come on, man. All that whipping we got, all that whipping, all them whips we got, all that chains we got, all that burning down our houses, our churches, and our schools, telling us we can't go to schools, telling us we can't drink out of water fountains, telling us we can't eat with you in a restaurant, telling you we can't go to a football game where you are unless we sit on the other side of the stadium, disenfranchising a community, telling them not to vote, telling them they can't go to college, telling them they can't do nothing, and y'all don't owe us nothing. Man, I'm so sick of these people, man. So sick of these people, man. Preach, brother. Black mama said, preach, brother. I'm preaching, homeboy. I'm preaching, man. Let me get to some more comments. I got to get in the house, stop saying Jews. They're Jewish, additive they converted to Judaism. Okay, well, Judaism, Jews, same thing, man. J Dub, black people don't have their own grocery store. Nope, not a grocery store, not a major bank like Chase or Bank of America or Wells Fargo. You know, all we got is a bunch of churches. All we got is a bunch of mega churches where the black preachers are stealing money from their congregation. That's all we got. That's all we got. That's all we got. All these major churches, all these mega churches stealing money, pilfering the community of money. That's all we got. That's all we got. And Jordans and PS5s and big ropes around our neck and pounds of weed in the house. Excuse me, I can't say that. Pounds of that green stuff that they smoke in the house so they can stay high. That's all they care about. Let me get this cool car that costs $80,000 and I don't even own a home. You right. You right. Black Wall Street got burned down. Yes, J Dub. Exactly. And that's what I'm preaching on today. Black Wall Street got burned down and they say they don't owe us nothing. I'm not saying the community or society owes us anything, but the government damn sure does. If the government can send $80 billion or whatever to Turkey or Istanbul or wherever the hell they sending all this money to, what is that? I forgot the name of that place. I forgot the name of the other place. Something else is happening. Gaza. If they can send all this money to Gaza and Turkey and Istanbul and all these other places overseas, if they can send money and those people over there deserve it, the people that they screwed over, the government, not the white citizens, not the Caucasian citizens, not Americans. I'm not saying that. I'm saying the government screwed over black folks. That's all I'm saying. How dare y'all say they don't owe us nothing? How dare you? They paid the Native Americans, they paid the Asian Americans, and they paid the Jews, and the Jews' atrocities didn't even happen on American soil, and y'all tell us they don't owe us nothing? Y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. That's what it is. Y'all share this video and hit that like a love button. Hit that like a love button. I'm going to stay on maybe another 10 minutes. 1:20. I think I'm going to get off. I'm just trying to make sure nobody thinks I'm ignoring them. There was a lot of comments. It looks like maybe 200, 300, 400 comments. And I can't talk this much and get to all the comments. It's really going to hunt them now. Raymond Sefu, so Kenneth, do your family history and then say that. Question mark, Raymond Sefu. Kenneth, did your lineage ever have slaves? I wasn't slave owner. Were you a slave, sir? No, I wasn't. America loves Jews. Yep, they love Jews. They love Jews because Jews know how to act. Even the subculture. I ain't never heard of the subculture getting dogged out by the society. Even the subculture knows how to act in the Jewish community. We have given money to other races and therefore must do it for others. KT, thank you. Thank you. You've given money to other races. You've helped them succeed in society, and that's all blacks are asking. is for reparations in some way. We're not asking for reparations for everybody. We've gotten off topic. We've gotten way off topic. Agreed. KT says agreed. No reparations. God gave us all freedom of choice. However, if you do for one, you have to do for another. Most of us were not slaves, so we shouldn't fight for blood money. The problem is we have given money to other races and therefore must do it for others. That's the problem. That's the problem. Let me get to the bottom. Let me get to the bottom. Let me get to the bottom. Who gets them then? Deputy Dan says, who gets them? That's hard for me to say, Deputy Dan. That's hard for me to say who gets reparations. Um, I don't know if they track down the lineage. In my opinion, let me shorten that. In my opinion, Israel gets billions of dollars. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hear no, fear no. Thank you, Malcolm, for speaking the truth no matter how easy or difficult it may be. Thank you, thank you. Hear no, fear no. Showed some love, and I can't put it on the screen, can I? There it is. Thank you. Hear no, fear no. Thank you so much. Gotta love that. Gotta love all the love that comes my way. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Hear no, fear no. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want my money going to other countries either. Deputy Dan, I was trying to get to you, but I got that super chat or whatever you call it from Hear No Fear No. I had to shout them out right quick. Israel gets billions of dollars every year. Billions of dollars. And they're overseas. I get it. They're our allies. I get that. We gotta help. We gotta scratch their back so they scratch ours. I get that. But you have fellow Americans right here on American soil whose ancestors were screwed over and whose parents. My dad was born in 1940. My dad was born in 1940. And you know damn well in 1940 it was hell on a black man. They was hanging people left and right. They was burning down churches and schools and businesses. They was doing all that kind of shit in 1940. Come on, man. Come on, man. And my dad was lucky. He was one of the lucky ones. And he got out of the hood and worked his way all the way up. But everybody's not fortunate, man. I mean, how many times you want people to start over? You know, who knows what would have come of Black Wall Street could have been our billion-dollar industry. Black Wall Street could have had Tyler Perry, we could have had a Tyler Perry back then, or an Oprah Winfrey, or one of these other black media moguls. And then by the time we get to 2025, we could have had a whole industry sewed up. But no, they kept burning it down. That's all I'm trying to say. Something needs to be done. And this goes to Deputy Dan, I believe is his name. Deputy Dan, who gets them then? I think, in my own opinion, I think that I don't know if they should go to the lineage and start there. I don't know how much effort that's going to take. But outside of that, I just think they need to say, hey, you know, we burn down Black Wall Street. Worst case scenario, do some schematics, do some spreadsheet, do whatever you have to do to figure out how to rebuild Black Wall Street. I don't know. I'm just throwing something out there. Okay, we admit we burned down Black Wall Street. We did. My grandfather was there. My great uncle was there. Whoever. You know, I know it happened. We're sorry, and let's resolve this. We're sorry. All blacks are saying is don't look at us and say we don't deserve it. Go to work, you lazy asses. You don't deserve it, but you fuck around and you send billions of dollars to Israel and Gaza and Turkey and all over there. You make sure the Jews get reparations. You make sure the Asian Americans and the Native Americans get reparations. And then you look at us after whipping our ass for how many years? 2, 3, 4, 500 years and hanging us from trees. You look at us and tell us you're lazy and we ain't giving you shit because you don't deserve it. What kind of shit is that? Let's keep it real, man. Let's keep it real, man. Fuck that shit y'all talking about, man. I'm sorry. I don't mean to disrespect nobody, man, but that subject runs me hot. No, we weren't slaves. That's not what nobody's saying. None of us are saying we were slaves. None of us are saying you were slaves. We're not even saying y'all owe us anything. We're simply saying the government owes us. And you, as fellow Americans, should be standing behind us saying, you know what? They're right. They burned down their businesses. They couldn't get started. How could they enfranchise themselves when you kept disenfranchising them by burning down their homes, burning down their churches, burning down their businesses? How the hell did you expect them to grow? We need fellow Caucasians, fellow white America, fellow white Americans to stand beside us and stand behind us and stand in front of us and fight with us. Not tell us we don't deserve shit. That's bullshit. Brenda Thompson, say hi. Hey, Brenda Thompson. Hey, Brenda Thompson. Y'all share the video for me and hit that like or love button. Hit that like or love button for me. Seaside Dave, one love, dude. I got to bounce. All right, Seaside Dave. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Thomas Montalongo, you're welcome, my man. Reparations, you all had reparations in the form of affirmative action. That's not reparations, ma'am. That's keeping people that's keeping people dependent on government assistance, ma'am. We don't want government assistance, ma'am. We don't want to be those are chains. Those are further that's putting chains around their necks through eternity. That's what it is, and that's what Charlie Kirk was saying. That's one of the we've gotten way off subject. This was supposed to be about Charlie Kirk. We're talking about reparations and everything else, but I guess it's all relative. You all had reparations in the form of affirmative action, ma'am. That's what Charlie Kirk was saying. All those things in the civil rights thing, in the civil rights movement, and all that crap weakened Black America. In my opinion, it weakened us. It weakened us because it made us dependent upon the government to help us when we were helping ourselves already. And that's all Charlie Kirk was saying. We were already helping each other. We were already uplifting and elevating the community, the Black community. And then they burned everything down. They disenfranchised an entire race of people. So stop it, Miss Alice Pine Janique. Deputy Dan, welfare is supposed to be reparations. No, Deputy Dan, that keeps us dependent on government assistance. Government assistance is nothing but an albatross around our necks. Government assistance is simply keeping the chains on us because we're dependent on the government. The government is going to send me $3,000, $4,000, $6,000, $10,000 a month. What the hell am I going to go back to work for? You see what I'm saying? Does that make sense? Y'all are saying go back to work, get a job, but you're steady putting the chain around our necks and saying, here's $10,000 a month for your house, for your food. I know you got 8 kids, you got 4 kids, you got 3 kids, you got a husband, you got to feed everybody. Here's $8,000 in food stamps. Here's another $2,000 a month for housing, and you're dependent upon the government. And so what are you going to go back to work for? That's not reparations. We're talking about building, and we're talking about enfranchising a race of people. Yes, people like me and many other blacks don't mind getting out here and grinding and hustling and getting to the top. We're all trying to get to the top, right? That's the ultimate goal, to get to the top. But a lot of people don't have the resources. They don't have the intestinal fortitude to do all that. They don't have the smarts. A lot of them don't have the smarts. Quite frankly, I'm not trying to put anybody down, but they can't afford college. And then in the inner city ghettos, and the inner city barrios, and inner city hoods, they don't have the funding to educate people. So stop it. Let me get to the bottom of the comments. Facts. Rizzo Key says facts. Rizzo Key says yep, 100. Deputy Nick, guns and range. I bet you MLK is rolling in his grave at this entire country and this mess. Yes, sir. Especially at the countries come to the divide. Yes, sir. He's rolling over in his grave. Nick's guns and range, rolling over in his grave. And I've said that before. I call myself, if you go on, I was about to dox myself. I'm not going to say that. But I really believe that MLK is rolling over in his grave right now. I really believe MLK is rolling over in his grave right now because he worked too damn hard for this BS. He worked too damn hard for us to still be. I made a video, and I'd love for y'all to go look at it. I was being silly and I was being funny at the same time. I said something like, I have a dream today I have a dream that one day my 4 little children will grow up in a nation where they won't be judged by the content of their skin, but the content of their character. I said something like that, man. It was fire, man. I did much better in my acting skills than I just did, but and I was a lot more fluid in my language. But I made a video and I said, after I said the silly shit I just said, I said, and this is not it. He had a dream, and this is not it, y'all. That man had a dream, man. He wanted his children to be judged by the content of their skin, not he wanted his children to be judged by the content of their character, not by the color of their skin. He wanted his 4 little children to grow up in a world of love, of peace, of respect, of unity. He wanted his children to grow up in peace, not in holy hell that we're living in. I agree with you, Nick's Guns and Range, my favorite Jewish content creator. Nick's Guns and Range, I agree. Ghost 40, nice Astros hat, dude. I appreciate you, Ghost 40. I appreciate you, man. Go Astros. Go Stros. Them damn Texans, man. Them damn Texans, man. Them damn Texans know how to blow a game, man, but I love them. I love them, man. But anyway, thank you. Thank you, Ghost 40. Nice Astros hat. Deputy Dan, you think these YNs deserve money? No, hell no. They burn it in the garbage. Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Them YNs don't deserve a dime. Not a penny. Not a rusty penny. Hell no. Hell no. They ain't gonna do nothing but go buy a Benz, go buy a house, go buy a big chain, go buy 80 pair of Jordans and 5 PS5s and be broke tomorrow. Hell no, young YNs don't need no money. No, sir, that's not who I'm talking about. They don't need a dime. Reparations were already paid back in the day. 1 acre of land and a mule. They never got 40 acres and a mule. How did it get to 1 acre? It was never 1 acre. It was 40 acres and a mule, and they decided not to give them nothing. Do you know what 40 acres could have been today, Troy Hall's worth? If they would have lived up to their promises, the government, not white people, the government would have lived up to their promises and gave every black family 40 acres and a mule. Don't you know that 40 acres probably could have been 400,000 acres by now? That one mule could have probably been 500 heads of cattle, 1,000 heads of cattle, 2,000 heads of cattle in 2025. Y'all need to stop it, man. They never paid anything. Instead, they paid the slave owners. They paid the slave owners because the slave owners lost their property. They lost their property. So they paid the slave owners. They never paid the slaves. They disenfranchised a whole race of people by not keeping to their promises. And that's what we need, fellow Americans, Caucasians, Asians, Hispanics. We need y'all to stand beside us on this and stop arguing with us. We know history. We know what happened. We just need fellow Americans on our side. That's all we need. Stop telling us what we got. Stop telling us what we didn't get. We know what the hell we got and what we didn't get. We know that the churches were burned down. We know that our businesses were burned down. We know that our schools were burned down. We don't need y'all to keep telling us this shit. Instead, we need y'all to listen. We never got anything. Our ancestors never got anything. They paid the slave owners because they felt sorry because they lost their property. They could no longer make money because they no longer had free work, free labor. Y'all need to stop it, man. Y'all really be man. What in the Black Santa? Kingfisher not afraid. Y'all call me Black Santa, whatever you want. I live in Oklahoma. They are rebuilding Black Wall Street, just not for black people. Building Black Wall Street, but not for black people. Ain't that some shit? Ain't that some shit? I've never heard of that. I'll Google that later on. Zoes Nayal. I'll Google that later. Someone could tug on your beard with ease. Therefore, you are a danger to yourself. Shave your face. I'll shave probably this Friday. I don't shave every day. I appreciate you though. Zero value life. Zero value life. I'll shave soon. I promise you. It's usually more shapely than this, but I'm sitting around the house. Don't give a damn right now. You are pink, not white, and the Jews are here. All right, let me get to the bottom. The newest comment. Zoes Nawal. I was just in Tulsa last week. Oh, that's crazy. That's crazy. In case y'all missed that comment, they're rebuilding. They're currently rebuilding Black Wall Street, but it's not for black people. Wow. I just heard it all. I'll Google that as soon as I can. That's crazy. I'm black. My ancestors lost everything in the Great Depression and had to start all over again. In the Great Depression, what are you up to today, CP? I'm talking about a lot today. I started out on Charlie Kirk. It started out. I'm for Charlie Kirk because I'm opinionated. And I don't believe I need to be taken off of this earth because I'm opinionated and I tell my perspectives, my thoughts, and my opinions. So I am Charlie Kirk. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk if you are standing with Charlie Kirk. And then it went to CP. It then went to defecating and urinating on his grave in celebrations. And I talked about this young lady right here, these two young ladies right here. I talked about them in short. This lady here lost her job. I talked about her for a minute. She lost her job and was all over social media crying, blowing snot bubbles and all that. You know somebody upset when they blow snot out their nose. But yeah, she was real upset. She lost her job because she was actually celebrating. And so we went from that. We talked about her. We also talked about this young lady here too. She was on another college campus and started. I mean, she was actually. I wish I could post a video, but I'm not. I haven't been on YouTube long enough to learn how to post videos yet. But she actually was jumping up and down. This young lady right here was actually jumping up and down saying, "Aha! Your boy is dead. He's dead. He's 6 feet deep. Ah, he got what he deserved. Aha!" Yeah, y'all need to go see the video. She is sickening. That lady right there is sickening. So we talked about her. We talked about this lady. We also talked about what the JD Vance, the vice president, said. He said if you see somebody that is disrespecting people's deaths, like they did Charlie Kirk, you need to report them to their employees. You need to report them to their schools and their employees. That's what JD Vance said. I think early this morning or late last night. I forgot which one, but that's what I woke up to this morning on my timeline. And so that's what this video was really about. But we've gotten off subject a little bit, and we've gone to reparations. I think that's where we are right now. I was answering somebody's question. That was CP. CP asked me that. That's what I'm up to. Who is they? I'm not sure what I said. They who? I probably said the government. That's all I'm talking about. The government. A lot of our fellow Americans who are of lighter complexion seem to think that we want our lighter complected comrades to pay the bill of reparations. And I was saying, when I say they, I mean the government. The government owes it. If they can send billions of dollars to Israel, they can send billions of dollars to fellow Americans who they made and insured ensured to be disenfranchised. They made sure we were disenfranchised. So at some point, if you can pay the Native Americans, if you can pay the Asian Americans and the Jews reparations, they, the government, should be able to pay reparations to their fellow Americans who are of darker complexion. I'm not sure what you're talking about, Matt P, but I answered to you. I answered you to the best of my ability. Alexa McDonald, I'm not sure what you're wowing about, but I hope you're not mad. If you are, hit that red button. Hit that orange man down at the end of the screen if you're mad at what I'm talking about. If you're happy with what I'm talking about, hit that love or like button as many times as possible and share the video all over the world. Y'all go ahead, please, please, please hit that love or like button and hit the subscribe button. Sooner or later, I'm gonna put one of them things up here. You know, on some of these other creators, some of these other YouTubers, they'll say, why don't you go ahead and hit the subscribe button? It's right there. And a button will come up, bling. Yeah, I'm going to get that sooner or later. I promise. But I'm not there yet. I'm just trying to get in the groove of this and show y'all who I am and what I'm about. So y'all share the video and hit that like or love button over and over and over and over again. Share this video and follow me on all social media platforms at Real Talk 100 Radio LLC. Ghostface, put a flag up and rest in peace, Charlie. I like that, Ghostface. Moment of silence, 2 seconds. One. I like that, Ghostface. I like that. He put a flag up here. Stars, stripes, rest in peace, Charlie. I like that, man. I give you another salute. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, man. Call J.G. Wentworth if you need cash now. I like that, man. I need them. I need them to sponsor this station, boy. J.G. Wentworth, if you need cash today, I forgot how the song goes, but thank you, Smack 3000. Ghost 40, do the Chinese and Irish get reparations also? They already got them. The Chinese. I know the Asian did. I think the Irish did too. Somebody told me about that. I haven't followed that much. But if atrocities were performed against them, executed against them in America, I'm with that too. Whoever our government executed atrocities against need reparations. It's called resolution. It's called resolution. It's called resolve. It's called saying, hey man, it's called saying, I'm sorry. We're sorry that our government did that to y'all. That's all. That's all we're saying. If you can apologize to the Native Americans, the Jews, and the Asian Americans, you need to apologize to everybody. We're all Americans, right? Okay, we all deserve the same respect. Plain and simple. Do the Chinese and Irish get reparations? Also, most of them died in the mines and railroad, didn't even get the opportunity of being freed. I'm not trying to diminish your argument. No, I understand. Understand. Ghost 40, salute to you. Salute to you. Like I said though, if those atrocities were performed against them, executed against your family, I believe y'all should raise hell too. You know, I mean, we're sitting here, 40, 50, 60, 80 years later, and we're still disenfranchised as a family, whether you're white, whether you're black, whether you're white or black, because of what happened to my ancestors. I'm still disenfranchised. The race of the entire race of black people or whites or the subculture was disenfranchised because of the government's actions. Y'all need to say you're sorry. My great grandmother and great grandfather died in the mines. I believe y'all deserve reparations too. Yes. I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I don't know if that's as bad as, being hung, being whipped, being raped, or essayed. Trying to censor myself. Y'all don't think I'm some kind of kindergartner, but they'll kick me off of here if I say the wrong thing. So, I don't know if that's the equivalent, dying, passing away in the mines, or I don't think that's equivalent to what blacks went through. But if you think it's an argument, man, and you can get a movement behind you, I say go get your reparations. Try at least. Ghost 40. That's a Ghost 40. Obama team, Alexa Obama team, Zoe's Nawal, Zoe's Nawal, Obama team, huh? Ghost 40. But where does the line get drawn? I'm not sure. I answered this earlier. I'm not sure where the line is drawn, y'all. I don't know where they draw the line. I don't know if they just stop at lineage or they just say, hey, look, we're going to rebuild Black Wall Street and we're gonna give it to y'all. We're gonna give it to somebody. Y'all develop a board, a board of directors, LLC. Y'all grow that LLC into a corporation. Y'all have a board of directors. Y'all have everything you need to run this business, this multi-billion-dollar business, and then we'll get out of the way. You've been paid back. What you do with it is what you do with it. I'm not sure if they should do that. I'm not sure where the line is drawn. That answer went to Ghost 40. Hear no, fear no. Hear no, fear no. I am Charlie Kirk. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. Put that in the comments if you are with Charlie Kirk. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. Hit that like or love button. Continue hitting that like or love button and sharing the video with Alexa McDonald. Charlie was a sacrifice. Yes, I believe he was too. I believe that was planned. I don't know if the young man was paid or I don't know if he's just a scapegoat and somebody else did it. I don't know. I just know that was professionally done. Professionally done. He was sacrificed. I believe that. Zoe's in a wall. Hashtag Charlie Kirk. Thank you. Smack 3000 cash now. You stupid. God sexist. Hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. Salute to all the hashtag I am Charlie Kirk. The cheese man's fish and some memes. R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. We lost a great man. Yes, and sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. Rizzo Key. All who were affected should get reparations, regardless. That's right, Rizzo. That's right, man. That's right. Everybody, white, black, Hispanic. I don't care what race you are. If an atrocity was performed against you, executed against you, you should fight for reparations. I don't understand why people keep saying nobody deserves reparations when reparations were paid to other races. That shit runs me hot, man. Well, that shit runs me hot. And that's, if you want to heal racism, I believe, just my opinion now, if you want to help start the healing process of racism, you say, I'm sorry, America. White America, you stand alongside black America and you say, y'all screwed over them people. You disenfranchise them. You cause generational curses, and we now stand with our fellow Americans. Y'all owe them, government. Y'all owe them. Y'all owe them something. I don't know what the hell it is. I don't know how y'all gonna pay it. But if you want to start the healing process, you need to stop looking at black America and say, you're lazy, go to work. You didn't tell that to the Jews. You didn't tell that to the Asian Americans. You didn't tell that to the Native Americans. The Native Americans now own $1 billion industry. The Native Americans now own $1 billion casino industry. They have several around the country, several, because you gave them reparations. Then you have the Jewish communities who are music moguls. They've taken over the music industry. They are entertainment moguls and movie moguls. Every movie you look at these days, their name is on it. I know they probably already had money, but a lot of the money that the reparations paid them, they used to make all these movies. Believe that. Y'all hit that like a love button for me. Hit that like a, stop calling me, y'all. Stop calling me. I'll get off the phone in a minute. Fire them. Fire them all. This black man fired 3 last week. Vob D's. Vob D's say he fired them. They was celebrating on Charlie Kirk, man, and he fired them. Hey, man, I salute you, Vob D's. Fire them. Fire them all. This black man fired 3 last week. Fire them all. Desecrating the grave of a man that's passed away, defecating and urinating on his grave. Fire all of them. Kick them all out of school. I'm with you, Rob D's, Vob D's. I'm with you, man. Rizzo, all who were affected get reparations. Yes, sir. The deadly squid says, how's life in the house? Man, it's boring, man. That's why I'm out here in the yard, man. That's why I'm out here in the country, man. Enjoying country living, man. Enjoying country living, man. I'm talking about out here. This is where we burn our fire right here, man. It looks bad right now because I ain't burned it in a minute. But yeah, we sit out here. We sit out here all the time. She sits there sometimes. Sometimes I sit there. And today I decided to sit in the swing. We got a little swing right here. You can't really see it, but anyway, you can't really see it, but it's a swing I'm sitting on. And in the house is boring, man. I'm going crazy up in that MF, man. Thank you for asking. Yes, R.I.P. Charlie Rizzo Keith. Thank you, man. Ryan Saswanky. Ryan Saswanky says, shout out to my friend Swaz Tiki. Shout out. Smack 3000. As long as you have a structured settlement, you can get cash now. This man here crazy, man. I like you though, man. I like you though, man. I like kicking it with you, man. Smack 3000 says he's talking about J.G. Wentworth. If you get your cash today, something. As long as you have a structured settlement, you can get cash today. I forgot how the song goes, man. Yeah, you climbing, man. You climbing, man. I like you, man. Appreciate you, man. Y'all hit that like a love button though for me, man. Hit that like a love button. I appreciate all of y'all kicking it with me today. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to be on here. If I missed your comment, I do apologize. But y'all be blowing me up, man. I mean, I know. Yesterday I know every bit of 1,000 comments. I don't know where the hell they went. I went on my YouTube to comment to some of them, to reply to comments, and my comments was gone. I don't know what happened with that. But anyway, I try to keep up with the comments as best I can and have a good show for y'all. Hopefully I'll be back in a studio soon. I'm not sure. but I just had two hip surgeries in the last 8 9 months. Had two hip surgeries, so I don't need an office right now. So I closed it down. So now I work from home, and that's why I'm going live in my front yard and on the swing set. So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm not sure how much longer I'll be on, but I appreciate y'all being here. And let me get back to the comments. What are we talking about? If you just now joined us, what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about three things really, but we got off subject. Now we're on reparations. I'll try to get off of that if we can. But really, this show was about everybody. Like this lady was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. She was celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. This lady here on a college campus, what happened? What happened was a gentleman had a flag, a gentleman had a sign, and it simply said R.I.P. Charlie Kirk. I don't know if he was out there demonstrating or what, but he had a sign, a red sign. It said R.I.P. Charlie Kirk on it. This lady here decides to start jumping up and down and screaming in the man's face and screaming into the crowd, ah, your homeboy's dead. Your homeboy's dead. Ah, I mean, she was going in. Do you hear me? She was going all the way in. So she ended up walking up on him again and flipped his baseball cap up. Flipped his baseball cap up. And when she did that, the police that were standing there watching her do all that cheerleading went ahead and arrested her for assault. So after all that happened, after her video went live of her clowning, and after her flipping his hat and getting arrested, the university kicked her out. So now there's some kind of GoFundMe type thing going, or some kind of petition going to get her back in school, because they're saying the people who are siding with her cheerleading the death of Charlie Kirk are siding with her, saying they shouldn't have kicked her out, because they shouldn't have kicked her out of school because it was simply freedom of voice, uh, freedom of speech. I can't think. Sorry about that. It was simply freedom of speech. So they think she should be allowed back into school. So it was about her first of all, and then we moved to this lady. This lady did the same thing, but she was on her job. She was on her job, and several pictures of her. You can't see them all, probably. No, you can't see them all. But anyway, she was at her job blowing snot, and went home blowing snot. You know somebody's upset when they blowing snot like that. Look at that. Look at that snot. Look at that dribble coming out that nose. Anyway, the video was initially about, if they can celebrate the death of a fellow American, we can celebrate them losing their jobs. That's really what this video started out about. I'm an advocate for it. If you can celebrate the death of your fellow man because he was simply trying to elevate minds and elevate the community and uplift the community, and you're going to celebrate, you deserve to lose your job, and you don't deserve to work in your industry anymore. You deserve to be ostracized from a society. Ostracized from society. You shouldn't be involved anywhere. You don't like people. You celebrate their deaths, right? So, I'm an advocate for that. So that's what the video started out about. And then we ended up with Mr. J.D. Vance said that if you see people celebrating the deaths of fellow Americans, you should report them to their administrators or their jobs of the university, the administration of the university, or their jobs, a corporate, or whoever you need to report them to. That's what our vice president said. I'm not sure if you can read what he said at the bottom, but that was on Fox News. Yeah, I don't think you can read what he said, but that's what he said early this morning. That's what I woke up to. But then we went to reparations, and I blew off a little steam to some people because they were saying that blacks don't deserve reparations. So I went into that a little bit, and I think that's what you came in on, sir. Rizzo, right. The government is accountable. Thank you, Rizzo. I think that's what you came in on. I'm not sure who I'm talking to again. I lost you. Somebody asked, what are we talking about? Anyway, Bob D's, right. The government is accountable. Yes, sir. Well, we don't, I get so sick of hearing, we weren't slave owners, so we don't owe y'all shit. We're not saying you do, but the government does. Ain't no doubt about it. You can pay Israel. You can pay Gaza. You can pay Turkey. You can pay all these other people. You can pay the Jews. You can pay the Native Americans. You can pay the Asian Americans. So don't come to black folks then talking about we don't owe y'all nothing. Y'all don't deserve nothing. You full of shit. I'm sorry if I did. I'm sorry if I disappoint you, and you like me up until this point. But that shit makes me mad. I can handle everything else. I can handle everything else. I can even handle Uncle Tom shit and the Sambo shit and the bootlicker shit. I can handle that. But I can't handle people telling me that we gonna pay everybody. We gonna make sure everybody knows that we got your back until we get to the black folks. Then we gonna say y'all don't deserve nothing. We not giving you nothing. You don't deserve nothing. That's some bullshit. Anyway, just catching y'all up. If you're just not tuning in, hit that like or love button for me if you like what I'm saying. Hit that like or love button if you like what I'm saying. If you don't like what I'm saying, hit that little orange man down at the end down yonder, man. Hit that little orange man down at the end a few times, man. If you don't like me or like what I'm saying, I'm good with all of it. Rezo Key, the government is accountable. Rezo Key, the government is the head of the chaos. Yes, they are. I think they plant shit, so we'll fight about it. I think they want a revolution. I think they want a war. That's what I think. Vibe D's says, don't need no handouts. I'm black. I'm black owned. I'm black owned. Don't need no handouts. I'm black. Owned my own plumbing. I own my own plumbing company and just sold to Beltran for 11.5 million. Retired at 43. You're one of the lucky ones, man. You're one of the lucky ones, but you can't leave the rest behind, man. You can't leave the rest behind. I'm not making 11.3 million. I'm not doing that. I'm not making no 11.3 million. COVID ruined me. You feel me? I was living large. I'm not going to say living large. I was about to get to the top of the mountain in 2019 when COVID hit. Bob D. I was about to hit the top of the mountain when COVID hit. We spent all of our money to invest into our business. Every bit of, I don't know, 100 and something thousand, 180,000, 150,000, somewhere off in there. I lost track. I know it was well over 120,000. We spent all our money, and then they shut every city down. I'm in Houston, Texas. They shut the city down, Bob D's. So I wasn't able to get where you are. You know, we probably could have sold that business to a venture capitalist. You know, probably could have sold that business for every bit of $1 million after we bought all the equipment and got all the certificates and licenses and everything, and made it a successful business. We probably could have sold it for a good $1 million after only spending 100 and something thousand on it. But COVID ruined me. Credit, cars, business, gone. I'm starting over again. So we just need help, man. We need help. You might not need handouts, but some of us do. And I don't mind working and busting my ass for mine. So speaking of that, Bob D, if I send you a business plan, man, would you do business with me, man? I know I'm wild. I know I'm unshaven, but I promise you, man, I'm a grinder. I can show you everything I've ever done. I'm off subject. I just had to put that in. Hear no, fear no. Hear no, fear no says, I stand by you, Malcolm. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much for the love. I stand by you, Malcolm. What can I do to show my support? Wow. That's huge right there, man. That's huge. That's what people need. That's what people need to hear. What can I do to help? I'm not gonna say it publicly, but I just said it. I just said to Bob D's what I need. I need an angel investor. I need an angel investor. I'll leave it at that. I need an investor. I have 3 to 5 business plans written, and I'm ready for the next level. I'm ready to get back to where I was when I owned Daiquiri Soul. I'm not sure if our page is still up on Google or not, but that was our daiquiri shop. And then we sold our liquor store. It was called New Capri Liquor. I know it's still on Google. New Capri Liquor, and we own Daiquiri Soul. I'm sure they're pretty. I'm pretty sure both pages are still on Google. I'm not just talking. I'm a business-minded person. Have I ever made it to the top? No, I haven't. So if anybody wants to help me, find me an investor. That's all that's missing. That's all that's missing. I'm right now in the middle of transitioning a radio station. I want the radio station, which is right now an online radio station, I want it to be the next multimedia broadcasting company in Houston, Texas. But that's last on the list. I have to build my portfolio first before I get there, so that the Mattress Max and the JG Wentworths and the Texas Hammer guy can support the radio station like they do our major mainstream radio stations in Houston. So if you'd like to help me, thank you for asking that. Hear no, fear no. I need investors because we're transferring our company into, we're transitioning, excuse me, Real Talk 100 Radio LLC into an entertainment company. That's what we're doing right now. And that takes funding. So I'll leave that at that. Thank you for asking. Hear no, fear no. Thank you. I'm not sure what else I could do right now to say what else I need. That's really it. That's really it. I mean, I wish $1 million would. I wish about. I don't know. I wish $1 million or more would fall in my pockets right now. Smack 3000 says, "Go Rangers. I think we whipped y'all's ass last night." Smack 3000. I think it was 6-3. I think. I don't know if that was the final or not. TJB, why was Charlie so racist? Charlie wasn't racist. You need to stop listening to the 20-second snippets. TJB, stop listening to the 20-second snippets. I was one of you, TJB, about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago. I'm listening to this dude. I'm listening to them 20-second snippets, though. And I'm saying, man, who is this racist piece of son of a motherfucking, yeah, I was one of you. And then a buddy of mine got my inbox about 6 months ago, and he said, man, go to your inbox. I want you to listen, because I see you mad about Charlie Kirk. It might have been 3 months ago. I see you mad about Charlie Kirk. I said, yeah, man, it's son of a motherfucker. He said, nah, go to your inbox. So I went to my inbox and I started listening. He said, I want you to get away from these 20-second snippets, and I want you to start listening to the entire interview to see why he said what he said and what context he was saying it in. And like I said, I can't say it enough, man. I was one of you. I couldn't stand that mug. But after I listened, I'm like, oh, okay. And does that mean I agree with everything he says? No, sir. No, sir. Not at all. You don't have to agree with everything. You didn't agree with everything your mom and dad said. You didn't agree with everything your wife or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or your husband or your wife or your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your son, your daughter, your grandma, your grandpa. You didn't agree with them. You don't agree with everything your job tells you. So hell no, I don't agree with everything he said. But I understood him better. I'm like, okay, that's just a difference of opinion. If I don't agree with you, it's just a difference of opinion. And he does not deserve to be 6 feet under because you beg to differ with his opinion. That's bullshit. So anyway, sorry I got caught up in my feelings again, but it just hurts, man. That hurts, man. That you can be taken off of this planet because of your perspectives, because of your opinions, because of your thoughts. That's crazy. He wasn't racist. He wasn't racist at all. Not in my opinion. Now, if you can show me something, now some of the things he said, borderline, yeah, he shouldn't have said some of them things. But do I think he was racist? No, I think he was trying to elevate mindsets, ultimately. Should the ancestors of the white people who lost their lives in the Civil War fighting to end the slavery receive reparations? Sagano says, should the ancestors of the white people who lost their lives in the Civil War fighting to end slavery? This is a sensitive topic too, because I don't think so. I don't think so, and let me tell you why. I don't think so because they were not disenfranchised. Those warriors, those soldiers that fought for our freedom were not disenfranchised and were not cursed with centuries of generational curses. So I don't think they weren't sexually abused. They weren't hung from trees. They weren't whipped with bullwhips. They weren't told they couldn't vote. They weren't told they couldn't open a business. They weren't told they couldn't go to schools. They weren't told they couldn't sit on the bus in the front. They weren't told they couldn't eat in restaurants with other people. They weren't told they couldn't go to football games unless they sit under the bleachers or wherever the hell they told them to go. I don't think that's equivalent to what black folks went through. I honest to God don't, man. I hope I can say that social media. I honest to God don't think that's the equivalent of what black people went through. Sagano, that was your answer. Ghost 40, that makes money out of nowhere. You do realize that hurts us in inflation and devaluing the currency that already is devaluing due to government overspending. That makes money out of nowhere. You do realize, okay, I mean, hey man, hey, Ghost 40. Yes, sir. All of that is possible. But I'll say it again. If you can send $845 billion to Israel, you're creating money, and you're creating money out of nowhere, and that hurts inflation and it devalues the currency. Correct? Correct? So what is the difference, man? If you can create money and devalue currency for some people that ain't even here just because they're our allies and we got to scratch their backs, you need to scratch the backs of your fellow man and create some money and devalue some currency. I'm not saying everybody deserves it. Everybody doesn't deserve it, you know? So, I mean, that's an argument I guess we'll never have. Sagano, no. Alexa McDonald, no. Zoe's in there, y'all, because there was never any war to ever end slavery. Okay, I don't know about that, Zoe's. I don't know about that. I believe there was a civil war, and they went to fight against, I think, the North versus the South, I believe. And yeah, we ended up being free. I don't know what you're talking about there, Sagano. Then what was the Civil War about? Oh, Sagano said there was a Civil War. Zoe's in there, y'all, said there wasn't. I beg to differ with you there, Zoe's. Dude, the Civil War was not about slavery. Okay, that's the first time I heard of that one, Zoe's. ZO's. I hope I'm not killing your name there. But I hope I'm not killing your name there. I'm sorry. But dude, Civil War was not about slavery. I thought it was. I really thought it was. Y'all hit that like a love button for me. Hit that like a love button for me. Let me know what you think. Was the Civil War about slavery? I think it was. I think it absolutely was. Nubian Kundaka says, what atrocities for Irish and Chinese? I'm not really into that. You have to ask those other guys. Some guy, are you in a rocking chair? I'm in a swing. I'm in a swing set. Some guy. I'm in a swing. It's on ropes. It's on a pole. I'm in a swing. See there? Yeah, I'm out in the yard. I'm out in the yard on a swing, some guy. Why you got two glasses, LeBron? Chris James say, why you got two glasses? I've said this several times already, y'all. Long story short, I guess I'll tell the story again until y'all really get to know me. When I was a kid, I was a bad kid. I'm originally from Fifth Ward, Texas. And if you don't know what Fifth Ward, Texas is, it's probably one of the most popular hoods or ghettos in Houston, Texas. Okay, I was a bad kid. I hung out in Fifth Ward. I hung out in a place called Trinity Gardens and Cashmere Gardens, and I ended up getting shot with a sawed-off shotgun. I ended up getting shot, and it caused me a lot of eye problems. I got shot in the head. I got shot in the face. It caused me a lot of eye problems. So I started wearing transition lenses. I lost my transition lenses, and while I owned my daiquiri shop 5 years ago, some football players from U of H started coming in to eat and drink with us at our daiquiri shop. They ended up calling me OG Two Shades instead of Two Chains. So they started calling me OG Two Shades. So now in the industry I'm in, which is radio, media, and entertainment, I can't go to an event without people saying, dude, where your glasses at? I better wear these glasses. This is now my trademark almost. So that's the short story. I wear the seeing eye glasses because I'm getting old now. and I can't see it. I get tired of taking my glasses off and putting them back on when I get ready to read. And I wear these because I have depth perception problems and peripheral vision problems. So that's as short as I can make that, Chris James. Zoe's in there, y'all. That your bullshit public school education on history. Okay, our bullshit public education on history taught us that the Civil War is what freed black people from slavery, and one of my watchers is saying that the Civil War was not to free slaves. Okay, I can't even argue that one. I was never really a history buff, so y'all argue that out in the comments. Sagano, then what was the Civil War about? I'd like an answer to that. Nubian Kandaka, that's between the U.S. Corp and the U.S. indigenous Nubian Moors. Ghost 40, I agree, but it's just a huge double-edged sword, though. Yes, it is. Zoe's Ineo, you just talking. Osmarto Osorio. Osmarto Osorio. Black people are one of the tribes of Israel and punished by the Lord, but America is not yours, but Israel is. Black people are one of the tribes of Israel and punished by the Lord, but America is not yours, but Israel is. Okay. Michael Abdullah says Black Wall Street was rebuilt. When? When? Why is that national news? Why isn't that national news? I had no idea. Somebody else in the comments says Black Wall Street is being rebuilt right now, but it's not for black people. I got to catch up. Sorry about that, Michael. Zoe's in a y'all. Michael Abdullah, no, it wasn't. Hilton Maddox, I'm a Charlie Kirk. I am Charlie Kirk, says Hilton Maddox. Salute. Hilton, salute. Y'all share the video for me and hit that like or love button. Hit that mad button. Hit that like or love button. Hit that mad button. Hit that mad button over here somewhere. Hit that like or love button somewhere over here. Hit. Thank y'all. I'm about to get off here. I've been on here 2 hours. I got to get in here and wash dishes and make beds and things. I'm going to answer maybe 10 more comments. Sooner or later, I'm going to have a call-in number. Where y'all can call in when I get back into an office and I get my Wi-Fi back. My Wi-Fi sucks out here in the country. But sooner or later, y'all will be able to call in. Normally, that's what we do. Ghost 40, I'm keeping up with the convo. The host is just behind on the comments, and that's